Slides 1 to 7. Introduction and factory updates. Good morning, everyone. I would like to start with some excellent news regarding the development of our infrastructure. The plans we initiated last year have now entered the implementation phase. Our factory is already operational. The official global opening is scheduled for mid-March, and we will be visiting together with our key partners and distributors. On this occasion, together with Everest Energy, I would already like to invite you to visit our headquarters in Shanghai. You will have the opportunity to see our engineering and design facilities in person, and most importantly, the production line itself. A factory visit often changes the perspective completely and helps demonstrate how advanced the systems we build truly are. Slide 8. Global reach and reliability. Today, Saigen is present in over 80 countries. We work with a network of more than 120 distributors, and Everest Energy is one of the most important partners in that network. What sets us apart is the resilience of our hardware in extreme conditions. Our energy storage systems operate reliably worldwide, from the hot sands of Namibia to the cold climate of Sweden and Polish winters. Thanks to advanced safety systems and battery temperature stabilization, extreme weather conditions do not pose a risk to our equipment. Slide 9. Trust and quality, key figures. The quality of our products is best reflected in hard data. 92% of end users recommend our solutions to their neighbors and friends. Even more importantly, we have earned the trust of professionals. 96% of installers recommend the Saigen brand to their clients. We fully recognize that Saigen is not the lowest priced product on the market, and this is intentional. We position ourselves in the premium segment. Many installers who previously worked with other brands switch to Saigen and stay with us long term. Why? Because they value the ease of installation, intuitive commissioning, and significant time savings on site. Versatility and retrofit. Another major advantage is our versatility in retrofit applications. Saigen is compatible with nearly every inverter available on the market, including SolarEdge, Huawei, Fox, Fronius, and SMA. Our systems can manage backup power, integrate with generators, and even intelligently control domestic hot water heating elements. I will cover the technical setup details later in the presentation. Slide 10. Our global market presence is very strong, from Australia to Northern Europe, including Sweden. Ireland is a particularly strong success story for us. I can confidently say it has become almost a home market for our company. The scale of our position there is impressive. Currently, more than every second residential installation in Ireland is built based on SIG energy solutions. This is one of the strongest proofs of the reliability and market acceptance of our technology in demanding conditions. Slide 11. Saigen is more than just all-in-one. Let's start with a product that may be new to some of you. Although the SIG Energy brand is mainly associated with all-in-one systems, we also offer dedicated solutions for the residential sector, especially for installations up to 12 kilowatts, including single-phase systems. This is an ideal solution for retrofit projects, especially where older installations are being upgraded or where space is limited and cannot be easily modified. Slide 12. Design and installation, aesthetic, compact, and easy to fit anywhere. Our wall-mounted inverter features an exceptionally slim design, only 99 millimeters deep. In practice, it is a compact unit that fits almost anywhere, a narrow corridor, a boiler room, or a garage. Regardless of the installation location, it maintains a clean, premium look and does not take up valuable space. Slide 14. Absolute silence. Our inverter generates a maximum noise level of just 25 dB, lower than a whisper. For comparison, a heat pump at the property boundary can generate around 46 dB. In practice, our unit is virtually inaudible for household members. Slide 15. Performance. In terms of technical parameters, we are talking about overall efficiency above 99%. Slide 16. Oversizing, more power on the roof. Our inverters support up to 200% DC oversizing. Why does this matter? On complex roof layouts, e.g., east-west, or in agrivoltaic structures, we can install PV capacity up to twice the inverter's rated power. At the same time, 100% of the inverter rated power can be exported directly to the grid, while the additional 100% can charge the energy storage system simultaneously, without additional conversion losses. Slide 17. Backup power, inrush current under control. Another key advantage is 200% peak power in backup mode. The inverter can handle 2x overload for up to 10 seconds. This is critical when starting devices with high inrush current, such as heat pump compressors, air conditioners, or electric motors. For example, a 10 kilowatts inverter can deliver up to 20 kilowatts at startup, provided the battery can support it. Slide 18. Future-ready communication, fast Ethernet instead of RS-485. What truly sets the SiGen system apart is how the devices communicate with each other. Forget traditional RS-485 communication cables and the hassle of manually addressing each device. Our systems use fast Ethernet, FA. What does this mean in practice? As long as the inverter, battery storage system, and EV charger are on the same network, via LAN or Wi-Fi, they automatically detect and communicate with each other. This creates major installation advantages. If the inverter is installed on the ground 300 meters from the house, there is no need to trench for communication cables. A simple wireless bridge is enough, and the system remains stable. This means significant savings in time, labor, and installation cost. Installation flexibility and cable cost savings. Thanks to this technology, we offer one of the highest levels of installation flexibility on the market. The battery storage unit does not have to be installed directly under the inverter, it can be located up to 20 meters away. But the real game changer is the reduction in AC cabling. In backup-enabled systems, competing solutions usually require a second heavy AC cable to be routed through the building for backup loads. With SiGen, this is not necessary. We use one AC power cable. In on-grid mode, it supports normal operation. In the event of a grid outage, the same cable, once the external supply is isolated, powers the house from the battery. The entire switching logic is managed by the core of the system, the SiGen gateway. SiGen gateway, why an external backup distribution unit is better. We are often asked, what exactly is the gateway? Or why didn't you build backup directly into the inverter? The answer is simple, performance and safety. The gateway is our dedicated external distribution unit. I will show you the internal layout shortly. By using an external solution, we gain a significant advantage over brands such as Fox ESS or GoodWe. With inverters that have built-in backup, you are typically limited by the capacity of the internal bypass, often only 40A. If the house requires more current, that 40A becomes a hard bottleneck. With SiGen, thanks to the gateway, we do not have this limitation. The external distribution unit manages grid isolation and can handle much higher loads. As a result, the system is more robust and far more flexible for future expansion. Summary of benefits for installers. In short, by choosing SiGen with gateway, you save time on trenching and avoid unnecessary AC cable runs. You get a system that is almost self-configuring within the local network and can handle even the most demanding household loads. For the installer, that means higher efficiency during installation and fewer issues after commissioning. Slide 19. Let's now move to our flagship solution, SiGen Storm. At the heart of this system is the unit we call the energy controller. In practice, it is a hybrid inverter, but the name is intentional. This device truly manages every watt of energy in the home intelligently. Power flexibility and the strength of multiple MPPT trackers. SiGen Storm offers a wide power range, from 5 kilowatts up to 30 kilowatts. But what really makes a difference for installers is the number of MPPT trackers. 10, 12, and 15 kilowatts units feature 3 independent MPPT trackers. 17 to 30 kilowatts models feature 4 MPPT trackers. What does this mean in practice? Imagine a 10 kilowatts rooftop installation on a complex roof with 3 different roof planes, for example, east, west, and south. With Cygen Storm, there is no need for optimizers or complicated string configurations. Everything can be connected to one inverter, while each roof plane operates independently and at maximum performance. Confidence in any configuration. With this number of MPPT trackers, system design becomes much simpler. No matter how unusual the customer's roof layout is, the energy controller can handle it with ease, ensuring each PV section delivers the maximum possible solar yield. Smart Home by SIG Energy, more than just gadgets. Smart Port, one port, dozens of possibilities. For us, Smart Home means more than lighting control. It is intelligent energy management, and the core of this concept is the smart port in our gateway. This unique interface can be configured based on the customer's needs. What can be connected to it? A third-party inverter. If the customer already has an existing system, we can connect it via smart port and integrate it into the Cygen ecosystem. A generator. The system can start it automatically during a power outage when the battery is close to depletion. A DHW heating element. Control logic can be configured so it activates only when there is PV surplus and the battery is fully charged. Full integration with the Shelly ecosystem. Another major strength is native compatibility with Shelly devices, relays, smart plugs, contactors. If they are connected to the same home network, they appear directly in the MyCygen app. What does this mean in practice? Let's say the customer already uses the smart port for a generator but also wants to control pool pumps or electric heaters. There is no need for a separate EMS or external timers. Everything, from PV and generator control to Shelly smart devices, can be managed from one application, MyCygen. Open integration for professional systems, Home Assistant and Modbus. For those working with advanced building automation, there is more good news. Cygen is an open system. We support Modbus TCP and RS-485. We provide a full register list, currently version 2.8, enabling integration with virtually any higher-level control system. For customers using Home Assistant, we provide ready-to-use integration guidance. Important note, we do not use Zigbee. We prioritize stability, so communication is based on Wi-Fi or LAN. Smart algorithms and cost savings, SG-ready. Our system includes built-in SG-ready functionality, with 2 potential free control outputs. This enables direct control of a heat pump and, for example, an additional contactor, creating strong opportunities for energy price arbitrage. Example, some users configure the system so that when electricity prices go negative, pool pumps or buffer tank heating turn on automatically. The system ensures energy is consumed when it is most cost-effective. Most importantly, all of this works without any external control boxes. Everything is managed directly within the MyCygen app. Use case, Cygen AI and UPS class reliability. Cygen AI, mobile expert and 24/7 support. Another innovation is Cygen AI, intelligence integrated directly into our app. For you, as installers, it works as a mobile help desk. If you have a question on site, for example, how to configure a specific meter or what a certain LED status means, there is no need to search through manuals. You ask Cygen AI and get the guidance immediately. It also significantly reduces support calls. Instead of calling you on a weekend with questions like why is the LED blue, the end user can ask the chat assistant. The system analyzes the parameters of that specific installation and explains, for example, everything is working correctly, the battery is currently being optimized. This improves customer confidence and saves your time. The system brain, learned habits and dynamic tariffs. Cygen AI is more than a chatbot, it is a control engine that learns household usage patterns. During the first days, the system analyzes when coffee is made, when the heat pump starts, and when the EV is plugged in. Its real power becomes clear with dynamic tariffs. The system connects to the energy market and knows upcoming electricity prices. Based on 4 pillars. 1. Generation forecast, expected PV production. 2. Weather forecast. 3. Consumption pattern analysis. 4. Hourly electricity prices. The AI makes decisions for intelligent energy arbitrage. For example, if it sees that electricity will be extremely cheap in 2 hours, it may delay battery discharge now and then charge the battery from the grid at a much lower cost. In this way, the system continuously optimizes savings automatically. Event log, protection for the installer. For this intelligence to work effectively, the system needs a stable configuration. In practice, however, some customers like to help by changing settings manually, which often causes issues. In line with NCRFG requirements, PTPREE list, SIGEN includes a full event and log history. If a customer changes settings and later reports that the system is not working, you have clear evidence. The log shows exactly who changed what, and when. This is your protection. You can clearly demonstrate that manual interference can disrupt system learning and reduce optimization performance. Backup power, true 0 milliseconds transfer time. Finally, one parameter that clearly differentiates us from standard backup systems. Transfer time is exactly 0 milliseconds. How is this achieved? Our sine wave is synchronized and maintained slightly ahead of the grid sine wave phase, so the system remains in continuous readiness. This is not just a theoretical claim. I have personally verified it in previous work using a professional oscilloscope and power analyzers. The result, no visible interruption or switching gap on the waveform. This is UPS class performance. Even highly sensitive devices, such as computers or home medical equipment, will not notice a grid outage. Slide 20. Smart AC charging, wallbox. Let's start with our AC charger. We offer it in 3 power variants, 7 kilowatts, 11 kilowatts, and 22 kilowatts, available in versions with either an integrated cable or a socket. This is a highly durable solution, IP65, IK10, that operates reliably even at -20 degrees Celsius. What makes it stand out? Versatility. It can work with virtually any inverter on the market. You only need to add our meter. PV surplus charging. The system intelligently manages photovoltaic surplus energy. Please note that AC charging has technical limits. The vehicle requires a minimum power threshold, e.g., approximate 1.4 kilowatts per phase, to start charging at all. Our system manages these charging steps dynamically to maximize the use of free solar energy. Slide 21. SIGEN EV-DC, a breakthrough in home charging. The real star, however, is our DC charger, with power up to 25 kilowatts. This is a unique product because it charges the vehicle with DC power, bypassing the limitations of the car's onboard AC charger. We are also introducing a new business model that makes life easier for installers. We sell one hardware platform, 25 kilowatts, which can be factory limited to 12.5 kilowatts. The customer can later purchase a license upgrade to unlock the full 25 kilowatts. This reduces the number of SKUs you need to keep in stock, while giving the customer a simple upgrade path. Importantly, you do not need a 25 kilowatts grid connection to charge at 25 kilowatts. The system combines energy from PV, home battery storage, and the grid to deliver maximum charging power to the vehicle. V2X. The car is a mobile energy storage unit. Our DC charger is a bidirectional device, V2X. This means the car can become a mobile backup power source for the home. We have tested this multiple times with Tesla, BYD, and Volvo models, and it works. Important note for professionals: compatibility depends on the vehicle software version. For example, the Volkswagen ID.4 worked very well with software version 3.8, but after updating to 4.0, the manufacturer introduced limitations. That is why we always refer installers to our current supported vehicle list. Still, this is the future of home energy. The car charges from solar power, e.g., at work or during the day, and in the evening it can return energy to the home to power loads such as air conditioning or a heat pump. Case study: a strong opportunity for hotels and business. The 25 kilowatts DC charger is an excellent business case for hotels. Why? A standard AC charger will charge most vehicles at only 11 kilowatts, vehicle limitation. A large 60 kilowatts DC charging station is very expensive, often around PLN 80,000 to 100,000. By comparison, our solution, Cygen Inverter Plus DC Charger, costs a fraction of that amount, while allowing hotel guests to charge more than twice as fast as with a standard wall box. For hotels, this creates a clear competitive advantage. In the same time window, they can serve 2 or even 3 guests instead of 1. Slide 22. Aesthetics and design, a system that looks as good as it performs. First impression, the wow effect. Let's be honest, most inverters are just white or gray boxes that homeowners want to hide in the darkest corner of the basement. With Cygen, it is different. Our systems are at the very top of the market in terms of design and visual appeal. 2 key lighting elements define the look of the unit. Ambient display, the signature colored circular light element that gives the system a modern, almost futuristic character. Side LED bar, an elegant visual indicator that completes the design. Not just looks, functional design, SoC display. Someone might say, it's just decorative lighting. But these lighting elements serve a real purpose. The side LED bar can function as a visual battery state of charge, SoC, indicator. It works intuitively, like a progress bar. The homeowner does not need to check a phone or open the app to know how much energy is stored. A quick glance while passing through the garage or hallway is enough. It is simple, practical, and visually impressive. Customization and a financial motivation tool. The system allows full flexibility in color customization. You can also use it creatively. For example, in December 2024 we introduced a Christmas mode, where the LEDs flashed red and green to create a festive look. Half-jokingly, I sometimes tell installers, if a customer is late with payment, you can always set the whole lighting system to red. I can assure you they will call quickly asking what is happening, and that becomes a perfect opportunity to remind them about the invoice. Jokes aside, design sells. Very often, it is the aesthetics alone that create the real wow effect when you present the system to the household. That reaction, wow, I've never seen anything like this before, helps position your company as a provider of premium solutions. Slide 23. Cygen battery storage, evolution and performance. 1. Cell upgrade, more power in the same enclosure. Let's move on to our batteries. Initially, we offered 2 battery modules, 5 kWh and 8 kWh, based on 280 Ah cells. As the technology advanced, we introduced a major upgrade. We moved to newer 314 Ah cells. What does this mean for you and for the customer? We kept the same slim enclosure design, but increased energy density. Today, our modules provide 6 kWh and 9 kWh, exactly 9.04 kWh, respectively. So the customer gets more usable energy without requiring additional installation space in the garage or utility room. 2. Lifetime and warranty, 10,000 cycles. What every investor wants to know is durability. Our batteries are designed for 10,000 cycles. In the warranty terms, we of course use the energy throughput parameter, but the cell technology we use allows us to speak confidently about this level of lifetime performance. This is a long-term investment, not just a system designed to last through one subsidy cycle. 3. 100% DoD, capacity the user can actually use. A common question concerns depth of discharge, DoD. In our case, the user gets 100% usable capacity. At first glance, this may raise concerns. Is it safe to discharge the battery to zero? Technically, when the display in the Cygen app shows 0%, this is 0% for the user, not a true physical zero at cell level. The system is configured with an internal voltage safety reserve. A protected energy buffer remains in the cells to prevent degradation. In other words, the 6 kWh or 9 kWh we declare is real, usable energy available to the customer. There are no hidden capacity buffers that only become apparent after installation. Voltage management advantage, installer benefit. There is also an important technical advantage here. Thanks to the high voltage architecture and intelligent management within each module, our batteries remain stable across the full discharge range. We do not see sudden performance drops when the battery approaches a low state of charge. That means stable power delivery for the customer, and fewer service issues for the installer. Slide 24. Battery architecture, independence and expansion freedom. 1. DC-DC converter in every module. The key to understanding the strength of our battery storage system is its internal architecture. In Cygen, each battery module has its own individual DC-DC converter. What does this mean in practice? Each module in the stack operates as a fully independent unit. In traditional high-voltage systems, without module-level optimization, modules are connected in series, so the weakest module limits the performance of the entire stack. With Cygen, this problem does not exist. Each battery module operates at its maximum performance, independently of the others. 2. No time limits for system expansion. This is a major sales and service advantage. Most competing systems impose strict expansion windows, typically allowing battery expansion only within 6 or 12 months after initial installation. After that, differences in battery aging may become too large for the system to accept new modules. With SIG Energy, there is no time limit for expansion. Because each battery has its own booster, DC-DC converter, you can return to the customer after 2, 3, or even 5 years and simply add another module. The system automatically manages balancing. 3. Mixing capacities and generations. This gives installers exceptional logistical flexibility. For example, if you install an older 5 kWh module today, and in 2 years the customer wants to expand the system, but only 6 kWh or 9 kWh modules are available, you can still mix them. You do not need to worry that a discontinued model will block future expansion. Cygen provides full backward compatibility. This is real investment security, and a major advantage over many competing solutions. 4. Installation safety, low voltage/high voltage. It is also worth highlighting installation safety. Our system is high voltage only during operation. When the system is switched off, the entire setup remains at low voltage. Only after startup do the individual converters in each module boost the voltage to the required operating level. For installers, this means safer installation and service work. For customers, it adds an extra layer of electrical and fire safety. Slide 25. Use case, fire safety and extreme battery performance. 1. Safe voltage, battery level rapid shutdown. Let's talk about electrical safety, because this is one of the first things fire safety inspectors review. During operation, our system is high voltage, 600 to 900 V in 3-phase systems. However, when the system is shut down, something critical happens. The voltage at the terminals drops to a safe level of approximate 26 to 32 V. We provide 2 shutdown levels. System level, inverter and batteries are shut down. Building level, with the Cygen gateway, the entire building can be isolated with a single button. By opening the contactor, the building is disconnected from all power sources, allowing firefighters to intervene safely. This gives full control over whether only the device is shut down, or the entire building installation is isolated. 2. Cygen Shield, Multi-Layer Cell Protection. Cygen is not just a battery in a box. Each battery module is designed as a multi-layer safety system. Why? Cell level detection. Every single cell has its own temperature sensor. We do not measure temperature somewhere inside the enclosure, we monitor each cell individually. Built-in fire suppression cartridge. Each module contains a fire suppression agent cartridge. If temperature exceeds a critical threshold, the system automatically releases gas to displace oxygen and suppress ignition at the source. Aerogel insulation. Aerogel pads are placed between cells. In the event of fire, they transform into a ceramic-like barrier, preventing heat transfer, thermal runaway propagation, to adjacent cells. UL 9540A certification. Our systems have passed one of the most rigorous thermal runaway test standards. If anyone would like to review internal temperature profiles and detailed test results, I would be happy to share them after the meeting. 3. Operation in extreme outdoor conditions. For us, outdoor installation is not a marketing claim, it is a real engineering capability. Each battery module includes a built-in heating mat, 200W or 300W, and full thermal insulation on all sides. In freezing conditions around -15 degrees Celsius to -20 degrees Celsius, a system with 6 modules uses approximately 2 kWh per day only for heating. This keeps the battery operating within the optimal temperature range, preserving both performance and service life, even when installed outdoors. 4. Full power available almost to empty. It is also worth highlighting the discharge power curve. In Cygen, full inverter power remains available across almost the entire battery charge range, from 0% up to approximate 92% SOC. Many competing systems, such as BYD or Dynas, significantly reduce available power, sometimes by as much as 1/3, when battery charge drops below 40% or exceeds 80%. With Cygen, if full power is needed in backup mode, it remains available almost until the very end. This is especially important for loads with high startup current, when the battery is no longer fully charged. Slides 26 to 30. Use case, Cygen microinverters, a new definition of MLPE. 1. Microinverter instead of optimizer. The market has been asking us for power optimizers for a long time, but we decided to go one step further. We introduced Cygen microinverters, which are far more versatile. They can be used in 2 ways. As the main generation source, the entire PV system is built on microinverters. As selective optimization, for complex roofs, dormers, or small shaded roof sections, e.g., 2 strings with 2 modules each, while the main south-facing array remains on a conventional inverter. This gives installers much more flexibility in mixed roof layouts. Importantly, each Cygen microinverter includes built-in rapid shutdown, RSD, enabling fast and safe shutdown at the module level. 2. Wi-Fi mesh, communication without barriers. What differentiates us from many competing solutions is our Wi-Fi mesh technology. In conventional systems, each microinverter must connect directly to the router or to a dedicated gateway/logger. In our system, it is enough for just one device to reach the Wi-Fi signal. The remaining microinverters communicate with one another and relay the signal further. Each unit acts as both a transmitter and a receiver. As a result, there is no need for additional rooftop loggers or signal repeaters. The system is simpler, and it just works. 3. One app, Full Intelligence, EMS. In Cygen, every unit, whether it is a large hybrid inverter or a compact microinverter, can act as a host. This means all core app functions are available in the same MyCygen environment, including Energy management, EMS. Energy price arbitrage. Self-consumption maximization. Both the installer and the end user work in the same intuitive interface. The customer can change operating modes or force charging when needed, which gives a clear sense of control over the system. 4. Zero export and hybrid configurations. For microinverters, we have prepared a dedicated meter series, single-phase and three-phase, operating via Wi-Fi. The microinverter connects to the meter wirelessly, no communication cabling is required. If the customer later wants to add battery storage, we can build a hybrid mixed architecture. Microinverters can be connected to the hybrid inverter's smart port or directly to the grid. This enables backup functionality even in systems that include microinverters. Because each microinverter operates independently, a failure of one unit does not shut down the entire system, the remaining units continue generating power. 5. Openness and compatibility, Tigo and Antisolar. We do not lock customers into a closed ecosystem. Our systems are fully compatible with Antisolar rapid shutdown solutions. Even more interesting is our integration with Tigo. If the customer already has a Tigo system on the roof, with Cloud Connect gateway and paid monitoring, installers can enter the customer's login credentials directly into the MySigen app. As a result, Tigo module-level monitoring becomes visible inside our system interface, so the customer has everything in one place. 6. What's next? The microinverter segment is a brand new category for us and will become widely available in our market after mid-April. It is an ideal solution for small roofs, balcony PV systems. As a complement to larger hybrid systems, especially where shading is a challenge. Slides 31 to 35. Use case, balcony solutions and portfolio summary. 1. Sigen home, balcony and apartment systems. Another new addition is our response to the fast-growing balcony PV and apartment energy storage market. Our solution is a modular system consisting of main module, includes a microinverter and a 2.68 kWh battery. Expansion modules, additional units can be added in 2.68 kWh increments. Within a single tower, the system can provide over 18 kWh, and technically it can be expanded up to 188 kWh, although in apartment applications, 10 to 12 kWh will typically be the standard range. The system includes 4 independent MPPT inputs, allowing connection of up to 4 kWp of PV modules. 2. Price arbitrage in apartments, zero export. This is an ideal solution for apartments, where exporting energy to the grid is often not permitted. Our system has been tested for price arbitrage in zero export mode. How does it work? The customer charges the battery from the grid during low price periods, e.g., G12 tariff or dynamic pricing, stores the energy, and then uses it for self-consumption when electricity prices are highest. The savings potential is very clear. Switching to dynamic pricing without storage typically delivers around 15 to 20% savings. Switching to dynamic pricing with Sigen storage and PV can deliver around 50 to 60% annual savings. This shows how quickly the system can pay back, especially in homes with an EV or high evening electricity consumption. 3. AC output and mobility, camper and boat. The system is also highly flexible in terms of output power. Grid output, socket connection up to 800 W, to remain compliant with balcony micro-installation regulations and avoid unnecessary formalities. Dedicated output, a 3.6 kilowatt socket for higher power loads in island/off-grid mode. This makes the system suitable not only for balconies, but also for garden plots/allotments, campers/RVs, boats. It is fully mobile and weather resistant, with built-in heating mats for reliable operation in low temperatures. Slides 36 to 38. Summary, monitoring, connectivity, and system selection. 1. Monitoring and web portal, MySigen. All of our devices, from microinverters to large hybrid systems, operate within one ecosystem, the MySigen app. For professionals, we also provide the MySigen Web Portal EU version, a powerful diagnostic and fleet management tool. It enables remote monitoring, detailed report downloads, and historical trend analysis. This gives installers full visibility and control over their installed base without the need for on-site visits. 2. 4G connectivity, always online. Where stable Wi-Fi or LAN is not available, we use a 4G communication module. It includes an integrated SIM card and a 2-year data package, making it an ideal solution for holiday homes, commercial installations, ground-mounted systems. Simply connect the module, and the system becomes immediately visible in the cloud. 3. Comparison, Sigen Storm vs. TP2 series. To make system selection easier, here is a summary of our 2 flagship product lines. Sigen Storm, all-in-one. Best for premium and demanding customers, buildings with higher energy demand, up to 30 kilowatts. Key strengths, top-mounted hybrid inverter, energy controller, integration with DC charging, V2X, battery expansion up to 6 modules, up to 54 kilowatt-hours. Design advantage, even smaller units, 10 to 12 kilowatts, offer 3 MPPT inputs, which is a major benefit for complex roof layouts. TP2 series, wall-mounted. Best for residential sector, up to 12 kilowatts, customers looking for a cost-effective but premium brand solution. Key strengths, wall-mounted inverter with floor-standing battery modules, feed included with the battery controller. Promotion, when purchasing a TP2 inverter and battery controller, the basic Sigen gateway is available for PLN1, promotional offer, a real reduction in initial project cost. 4. Professional off-grid and warranty. Sigen is not a temporary workaround, it is a professional platform for building microgrids. Unlike many competing systems, Sigen provides a full 10-year manufacturer warranty for off-grid operation. This is not based on assumptions or informal declarations, but on certified technology designed to take full responsibility for backup power stability. For installers, this means confidence after commissioning, fewer complaint calls, and more predictable system performance. 5. Microinverters and flexibility. Our microinverters, 400W, 500W, 800W, 1000W, are an ideal addition to the portfolio. They perform especially well in balcony systems, complex dormer/shaded roof sections, fast upgrades of existing PV systems without replacing the legacy inverter. Regardless of the selected solution, the foundation remains the same. Maximum safety, aerogel insulation, integrated suppression. Independent battery modules, DC-DC architecture. Readiness for dynamic tariffs for the next 10 years. Slide 38. Commercial solutions, scalability, performance, and real cost optimization. We are now moving into the commercial segment, where our modular design philosophy becomes even more important than in residential systems. We do not build systems from random building blocks. We work with a coherent, scalable architecture that can be precisely matched to the requirements of a specific facility. The core building block of the energy storage system is a battery module with 12.06 kilowatt-hour nominal capacity, which translates into 11.7 kilowatt-hours usable capacity. What does this mean in practice for you, as designers, installers, and integrators? With this architecture, we can configure a commercial storage system from 48 kilowatt-hours up to 253 kilowatt-hours on a single inverter. This provides exceptional flexibility, from small production facilities, through office buildings and hotels, to more energy-intensive commercial sites. And I want to emphasize this point, we are talking about one specific inverter, which is critical for cost, installation simplicity, and future expansion. Inverter range tailored to real commercial needs. In the inverter segment, we offer two solution types. Pure inverters. Hybrid inverters, without the need for external backup boxes. Our standard commercial power range covers 50 to 125 kilowatts. At the same time, we have also prepared something dedicated specifically to the Polish market, 36 kilowatts and 45 kilowatts inverters. Why is this so important? In Poland, many customers have grid connections in the 40 to 50 kilowatts range. Exceeding that threshold usually means higher contracted capacity charges, moving into a different tariff group, and often costly formal/technical procedures with the DSO. Using a 45 kilowatts inverter allows the system to fit perfectly within the existing grid connection, without paying for capacity the customer does not actually need. At the same time, the customer still gets full energy storage functionality and a modern energy management system. This solution is especially attractive for prosumers who already operate PV systems close to 50 kilowatts and want to add battery storage, increase self-consumption, protect themselves against rising energy prices, but do not want to enter an expensive grid connection upgrade process. Put simply, this solution is tailored to Polish regulatory and business realities. C-rate performance, a key parameter in commercial BESS. Another critical issue in commercial systems is battery performance, especially the C-rate parameter. Our storage systems can operate in two modes. 0.5C. 1C. In 0.5C mode, charging and discharging power equals half of the battery capacity. For example, a 100 kilowatt-hour battery delivers 50 kilowatts of power. In 1C mode, the situation is completely different, battery power equals battery capacity. The same 100 kilowatt-hour battery can deliver 100 kilowatts of power instantly. Why is this so important from a business perspective? Because in many facilities, the main issue is not total daily energy consumption, but short duration, high power demand spikes. This is where peak shaving becomes essential. Peak shaving, real savings on power-related charges. In practice, many companies pay extremely high costs not for energy itself, but for exceeding contracted demand. Our system monitors grid import in real time. As soon as a sudden load increase appears, the battery storage system responds immediately and supplies the missing power instead of drawing it from the grid. Result? The load profile is smoothed, and the customer avoids penalties, avoids excess demand charges, maintains stable plant operation. The same applies to capacity-related charges, which are often one of the most painful components of the electricity bill for commercial customers. In simple terms, the larger the gap between load valleys and peaks, the higher the grid-related power charge. Thanks to 1C operation, the system responds instantly, reduces these fluctuations, and directly lowers fixed operating costs. At that point, the battery is no longer just an investment, it becomes a daily cost-saving tool. 1C performance and EV charging, a major economic advantage. The 1C standard is also extremely important in electromobility applications. Imagine the following situation. An EV arrives at a company site and is connected to a charger. In a fraction of a second, a very high power demand spike appears. For many systems on the market, this is a problem because they operate only at 0.5C. With our 1C capable system, that peak is handled immediately, without overloading the grid connection and without the risk of penalties. And this leads directly to a key economic advantage. A typical market scenario is to obtain 100 kilowatts of power. With a 0.5C system, the customer must buy 200 kilowatt-hours of storage. With our 1C capability, to obtain 100 kilowatts of power, we install 100 kilowatt-hours of storage. What does that mean? 50% fewer batteries. 50% less installation space. Significantly lower capex. No artificial oversizing of the system. In this area, we can confidently say that we offer one of the most cost-efficient solutions currently available on the market. Key value for installers and advisors. For you, as installers and consultants, this is a very strong commercial argument. Instead of building large, expensive storage systems only to handle short-term power spikes, you can propose a compact, fast response, precisely sized solution that delivers exactly the power it declares, does not require oversizing, and generates real savings for the customer. This is exactly our philosophy: less is more, if the system is designed correctly. Slide 39. HYB Series, Utility Scale Systems, and SIGEN Gateway, Complete Backup and Energy Management Architecture. Let's move on to the HYB Series, our commercial hybrid inverters with built-in backup functionality. Unlike smaller residential systems, in this segment the side connection box is slightly wider. This is because the entire backup automation is already integrated inside the unit, rather than placed in external boxes. This approach significantly simplifies installation in commercial facilities, reduces the number of additional components, and shortens installation time. HYB Series, Parallel Operation and Commercial Backup Capacity. HYB inverters can operate in parallel in configurations of up to 3 units. At 110 kilowatts per unit, this enables up to 330 kilowatts of power in bypass and backup mode, a level that is typically sufficient to secure power supply for a large office building, production facility, or high-demand commercial site. As with the pure/hybrid commercial range, the HYB series also includes models dedicated to the Polish market: 36 kilowatts, 45 kilowatts, and 125 kilowatts. This directly reflects Polish grid connection realities. If a customer has a 40 kilowatts or 50 kilowatts grid connection, a 45 kilowatts inverter combined with battery storage is often the most rational solution. It delivers full backup, arbitrage, and energy optimization functionality without the need for a costly and time-consuming grid connection upgrade. Importantly, the system can be expanded in stages. The customer can start with a smaller battery storage system and increase capacity as the business grows. Utility scale solutions, 600 kilowatts to 2.4 megawatts. For the most demanding projects, we provide utility scale solutions in the range of 600 kilowatts to 2.4 megawatts. In this segment, the key role is played by the energy management platform referred to as GamePlayer, supported by an architecture built around the SIGEN Gateway. These solutions are designed for large factories, PV plants/solar farms, logistics parks, infrastructure facilities. Despite the large power and energy scale, the control philosophy remains consistent with smaller systems. Operators manage the whole installation from one unified environment. Retrofit strength, upgrade existing PV without replacing inverters. The HYB series is also an excellent fit for retrofit applications. If the customer already has an existing PV installation based on third-party inverters, there is no need to remove them. It is enough to add a SIGEN hybrid system and an energy meter. Our inverter integrates with the existing generation source, takes over energy flow management, charges the battery storage system, and provides backup for the entire facility. This is one of the fastest and simplest ways to transform a conventional PV system into an intelligent, more energy-independent system. SIGEN Gateway, the central element of the architecture. The central element of the entire architecture is the SIGEN Gateway, which connects all system components into one integrated energy platform. This is not just a standard connection box, it is an intelligent transfer and control device that determines how the building manages energy. In the basic version used, for example, with the TP2 series, the gateway provides backup output up to 30 kilowatts, which is fully sufficient for single-family home backup operation. A major advantage is also simplified cabling. only one cable is routed from the inverter to the gateway, without the need to separate dedicated grid and backup lines. Gateway Pro, more protection and more integration options. For more demanding installations, the Gateway Pro version is available. In this configuration, the system includes a second contactor, built-in Type 2 surge protection, overcurrent protection, and the key feature, the Smart Port. The Smart Port is a universal interface that can be used to connect a third-party inverter, a generator with auto start, water heating elements, other controllable electrical loads, integrated metering and fast Ethernet communication. A very important point for electricians, the gateway includes built-in metering via current transformers, CTs. If the main internal supply line, WLZ, is routed through the gateway, there is no need to install additional meters in the main switchboard. All measurement functions are handled within one device. Communication with the inverter is via Ethernet, RJ45, ensuring very fast system response to load changes. Off-grid control of third-party inverters, without communication cables. One of the most unique features of the system is the ability to manage third-party inverters in off-grid mode without any wired communication. This mechanism is based on frequency control. When the installation is operating in island mode and the battery storage reaches a high state of charge, e.g., 80% SOC, the Sigen inverter slightly increases grid frequency from 50 Hz to 51 Hz. Any properly configured inverter on the market will automatically disconnect when it detects this frequency shift. This provides a simple and reliable way to maintain full control of the microgrid without additional communication links. Generator integration, highest level of energy security. At the highest level of backup resilience, the system supports integration with generators. When a generator with automation is used, Gateway Pro can automatically send the start signal, start the generator, synchronize it with the system, transfer building supply. At the same time, the system can manage battery charging. This creates a complete, fully automated backup solution that ensures continuity of supply even in the most demanding operating conditions. Slide 40. Use case, Sigen HYB in agriculture and advanced generator integration. 1. Case study, strawberry farm, full off-grid operation. Let me share a real project we are implementing this year. It is a system based on a Sigen HYB inverter operating in fully off-grid mode on a strawberry plantation. This is a strictly agricultural site with no access to the utility grid. A Sigen battery storage system, supported by a generator, powers high-capacity irrigation pumps for the entire plantation. This is a perfect example of how our technology becomes the foundation of a business where traditional grid infrastructure is unavailable. 2. Generator integration and ATS automation. How does this work technically? The generator can be connected either on the grid side or through our gateway. To ensure fully automatic operation, we use an ATS panel, automatic transfer switch, which our system can control completely. Synchronization is the key factor here. Our inverter monitors generator operating parameters and adapts to them. As a result, there are no inverter-generator conflicts, a common issue in lower-cost solutions. 3. Intelligence and power priority logic. Our system includes built-in priority logic. 1. PV and battery storage have priority. As long as PV generation and battery reserve are sufficient to power the pumps, the generator remains off. 2. Generator as support source. Only when site demand exceeds battery capability does the system send a start signal to the generator. 3. Power regulation and generator protection. We do not fight the generator, we adapt to it. In the app, we enter the generator's rated power and maximum allowable load, and Sigen ensures it is not overloaded by dynamically supplying the missing power from storage. 4. Free fuel function, manual charging from generator. A very practical question often comes up. What if the customer has access to cheap or free fuel and wants to charge the battery from the generator at a chosen time? In the MySigen app, the user has full control. With one click, they can switch to generator operation mode, force battery charging directly from the combustion engine source, schedule the system to charge the batteries to full and then run from storage for the rest of the night. Everything is clearly shown in the app visualization as external source. This gives the customer a level of flexibility in energy cost management that is rarely available in conventional systems. 5. Sigen as an upgrade path from legacy systems. If you have a customer with an older installation, for example, based on so far, and they want a higher level of reliability and backup automation, Sigen is the best upgrade path. Instead of trying to patch an old system that struggles with automatic generator start and integrated control, we offer a complete solution. The customer gains 10-year warranty, full monitoring in a mobile app, confidence that critical loads, such as irrigation pumps, will not stop at the most important point of the season. Slide 41. Use case, voltage stabilization and intelligent microgrids. 1. Solving the 253V problem, voltage stabilization. Let's move to a feature that is especially relevant in Polish grid conditions. Everyone here knows the issue of overvoltage in summer, especially at the end of distribution lines. When grid voltage exceeds 253V, standard inverters, such as Fronius, Fox, GoodWe, or Solax, simply disconnect and stop operating. The customer is left with zero production, even in full sunshine. With its intelligent integration with the gateway, Sigen does something others cannot. Our system does not just throw an error and wait. Instead, it can automatically disconnect from the grid and switch to off-grid mode. The building then becomes an independent energy island, where the inverter stabilizes voltage at an ideal 230V. Generation continues, the battery keeps charging, and household loads operate safely, even while the external grid voltage may rise above 260V. 2. Sigen as the brain of a microgrid. A question came up about competition. Yes, Victron is excellent equipment, but it is a completely different category in terms of installation complexity. Sigen delivers professional microgrid functionality in a plug-and-play format. We can manage not only our own devices, but also third-party inverters through frequency-based control. If the system detects island operation and excess energy, it can smoothly regulate the production of external devices. This makes Sigen exceptionally strong in retrofit projects, where the customer wants to add storage and eliminate grid-related issues without unnecessary complexity. 3. Commercial segment and zero export. In large commercial systems, for example, a 100 kilowatts grid connection with 500 kW PV on the roof, the challenge is how to manage energy so that not a single kilowatt is exported to the grid when export is not permitted. Sigen handles zero export with high precision. Regardless of system size, our platform accurately controls the power delivered to the building. This allows the customer to oversize the PV installation to improve production on cloudy days, and on sunny days either. Store surplus energy in batteries, or charge an EV fleet. All without the risk of penalties for unauthorized export. 4. Metering on the low voltage side, LV. It is also worth clarifying the metering scope for larger industrial customers. At present, we do not offer metering directly on the medium voltage, MV, side. However, our systems can provide highly accurate metering and control on the low voltage, LV, side. For most production plants and mid-sized industrial sites, this is fully sufficient. We can see exactly how the building behaves, identify the best charging windows, and manage generation and storage to optimize electricity costs. Today, Sigen is one of the most complete smart energy platforms for industry, combining PV, battery storage, and EV charging into one synchronized ecosystem. Slide 42. Use case, price management, industrial metering, and power density. 1. Cygen AI and negative prices, arbitrage in action. Another powerful feature is automatic export price management. This is not a function of a single inverter, but of the intelligence of the entire system. Cygen AI can decide automatically when to stop exporting energy to the grid. Why is this important in Poland? During negative or very low electricity prices, the system can either reduce/stop export or redirect production to the battery. With obligated suppliers, negative prices are often settled at PLN 0, e.g., some tariffs apply a minimum settlement value. With independent suppliers, real negative prices may occur, and this is where Cygen shows its strength. The system automatically protects the customer from exporting at a loss. 2. Flexible metering, from 5 SCTs to Rogowski coils. In large commercial systems, up to 2.4 megawatts, accurate metering is critical. Our system is highly flexible. Flexible CT selection. You can use our meter and match it with suitable 5A current transformers. Rogowski coils. If installation conditions require measurement without disconnecting busbars, the system can also work with Rogowski coils. Even in LV/MV transformer environments, we can meter the system effectively on the low voltage side, so the platform sees the real building energy balance and manages battery charging accordingly. 3. Higher efficiency through integration, DC coupling. At Cygen, we focus on integration. Unlike many conventional systems, we do not duplicate protections or require external loggers. Core functions are integrated into our AC distribution architecture. The result, system efficiency is typically higher than common market standards. Our RTE, round-trip efficiency, the efficiency of the full charge/discharge cycle, is in the range of 88% to 91%. This translates into real savings for the investor, with less energy lost in internal conversion processes. 4. 1 megawatt-hour in a 1 meter footprint. For customers where every square meter matters, we offer very high energy density. Thanks to our modular architecture and advanced cooling, forced air circulation, plus smoke and temperature sensors in each cabinet, we can achieve up to 1 megawatt-hour of capacity within just 1 meter of installation width. The system can be installed directly next to a building wall, both indoors and outdoors. This is an ideal solution for compact urban industrial sites, where space efficiency is critical. 5. Training summary. We have now covered the full SIG energy ecosystem, from compact balcony systems, through intelligent residential hybrids with 0 milliseconds transfer time, all the way to utility-scale MWH storage systems. Cygen is not just hardware. It is a technology platform that understands the energy market, can optimize value within it, and gives you, as installers, tools that make your work faster, safer, and more profitable. Slide 43. Use case, warranty, service, and technology roadmap. 1. No fine print warranty and no mandatory service visits. Why are we so confident as SIG Energy? Because, as one of the few manufacturers, we do not require any mandatory service activities, O&M, to keep the warranty valid. Of course, you can offer paid inspections as an additional service to your customers, and I encourage that, but we do not make it a warranty condition. Our standard warranty model is 5 plus 5. 5 years standard warranty. Plus 5 years free simply for connecting the system to the internet. That gives 10 years of peace of mind in total, and for more demanding customers, coverage can be extended up to 15 years. This sends a clear message to the investor: this equipment is built to perform. 2. Logistics and sustainability, lower footprint, lower noise. SIG energy modularity is not only about easier installation, it also improves transport efficiency. Smaller packages mean easier loading and a lower carbon footprint. But even more importantly for the end customer, our systems are exceptionally quiet. Compared with standard containerized solutions or large industrial enclosures, SiGen operates almost silently, which allows installation close to occupied spaces without noise complaints. 3. Q3/Q4 Roadmap, Liquid Cooling and Megawatt Scale Solutions. Is SiG Energy stopping at passive cooling? Absolutely not. In Q3 and Q4 this year, we are launching liquid-cooled solutions. 261 kilowatt-hour cabinet, dedicated to hybrid applications, configurable in systems from 1 to 4 units. Utility/farm scale systems, including a 350 kilowatts hybrid inverter and dedicated 361 kilowatt-hour cabinets. With this advanced cooling technology, we will be able to achieve system response times of around 0.125 seconds. That is top-tier global performance for grid stabilization and industrial applications. 4. Fire safety, residential level safety standards at commercial scale. Fire safety consultants often ask, are these larger systems safe? My answer is simple. The safety level in our commercial systems is the same as in our residential systems. We use the same sensor philosophy, the same fire suppression approach, and the same aerogel insulation concept as in smaller battery modules. From a fire safety engineering perspective, this is a major advantage. There is no need to learn a completely new safety concept. The documentation is consistent and clear, which supports smooth project approval and installation planning, including indoor applications. 5. Modularity means freedom. To summarize, SiG Energy modularity gives you a level of system design flexibility that container-based systems simply cannot match. You can adapt the shape, layout, and power of the installation to local site conditions, not the other way around. You decide how and where the system is installed, with the confidence that the technology inside is one of the most advanced solutions available on the market.